Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome home. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd. This video is on our daily bread. I am about to leave this morning to go do an MRI that was scheduled by my doctor and see if anything has changed since the last one. The last one I received was in January of 2017. So they say it's safer just to have one every year, not all the time. So I wanted to wait a full year to just to give my body a rest. It's just been through the mill, and things have changed, meaning location and pain and stuff like that. So it's all in the SI, the hip region and the lower back. So it's like, why do you use medical terms? And it's just everything I research and study, those are the things that I've been learning. But anyway, let's get back to our daily bread. So very little of no jewelry on and the makeup. So I look exhausted. I am exhausted. I got up around 2:30 this morning and maybe fell asleep around 3:30 and got up around 6. So it's when you don't sleep sound, it really, yeah. Let's hope this wakes me up. Today, like I stated, is Tuesday. I was just rambling there. I apologize. Thank you for your patience, and I will start. My babies are laying down. The title of the reading today of our daily bread is Eyes in the Back of My Head. If you were a father or mother, I think at one time you had stated, I have eyes in the back of my head. I would stop doing what you're doing, or you better not be doing what I think you're doing. I was as mischievous as any other child in early years and tried to hide my bad behavior to avoid getting into trouble. Yet, my mother usually found out what I had done. I recall being amazed how quickly and accurate she knew about my antics. When I marveled and asked how she knew, she always replied, I have eyes in the back of my head. This, of course, led me to study her head whenever she turned her back. Were the eyes invisible or merely cloaked by her red hair? As I grew, I gave up looking for evidence for the extra pair of eyes and realized I just wasn't quite as sneaky as I had supposed. Her watchful gaze was evidence of her loving concern of her children. As grateful as I am for my mother's attentive care, despite being occasionally disappointed I hadn't gotten away with something, I'm even more grateful that God sees all of mankind. As He looks upon from heaven, He sees so much more than we do. He sees our sadness, our delights, and our love for one another. God sees our true character and always knows exactly what we need. But perfect vision, which even sees the inner workings of our hearts. He watches over those who love Him and puts their hope in Him. He's our attentive, loving Father. The reading was pulled from Psalms 33, 6 through 19. And from that, from Psalms 33, 14, from His dwelling place, God watches all who lives on earth. The first question today is, how does it comfort you to know that God sees everything and is watching over you? And 2, what has He been doing recently to sharpen your character? Wow. How does it comfort you to know that God sees everything and is watching over you. It's very, very comforting. It's in a way, you've heard the old saying, karma's gonna get you. Karma is going to get you. And I've always, in my life, I've always thought, you know, if you do me wrong, karma's gonna get you. And they've always said, I wish I was there to see when karma gets them. It's almost like that whole parent thing, you know? I guess I learned through my journey and me maturing, almost turning the big 5-0. I'm halfway over. I only have 50 more years to go and I'm good. The fun begins now. It's a situation where I don't worry like I used to worry. And people say, how do you do that? How do you not worry, Jay? It's in God's hands. It's already in the works. It's on how one behaves of the reaction or what is going to happen. Like the situation when my daughter had called up on me and Ray for needing some assistance, and I'm banging my head, you know I'm unable to do it this way, but God guide me what I can do to assist and empower her in a way where she feels it's a good thing. So God watches over all of us, every one of us, and He listens. And if you're not respecting, honoring, understanding, he's gonna put a little flip in there for you. Believe me, I know. I have to share a story with you just to put some humor in this one today. And the thing is that our children, I know personally, me personally, I have said to my children, I have the eyes behind my head, I'm watching you. Or I have that sense, I know you're up to something. My children hated family meetings. I always pulled all of us, when they were little, into a room. And it was almost like an open forum, meaning you have time to plead your case, and you're allowed to say anything, but your father and we are the judges, and we're going to say yay or nay. Now on that, when this is done, it will not be picked up again. The case is closed. And there's times I can remember in these meetings, like, how did she know? And I thought I was sneaky enough. There was a day I was working at the Red Cross, and I was in my friend's office, Farah. And you as a parent, or as someone who's raising children, you get that gut instinct. It's like, oh God, something just happened. Oh, I know, I see what's happening. It happens. It happens. And I had this vision what I saw was my baby girl had taken out the Jeep and they went riding. She took her brother and her brother's friend, Dylan. And they went out joyriding in this Jeep. And she had only a permit. She did not have a license. Her father and I are both at work. So then I sit down on the chair, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they can't do that, because if there's and then I see smoke. And I'm looking like, what are you showing me here? What am I seeing? What's going on? And I didn't get a phone call. I didn't get anything, as in, oh, Mom, the Jeep's up. Nothing like that. So I go home, and the kids are in the house, and the boys are in the back swimming, you know, and it's you know, everything's going good. Cindy's been doing her job babysitting. And I thought, how am I going to get this out of her? So I walked out to the back deck, and the boys are in the pool, and I look down and I go, so how much smoke was there? And then Dylan pops up, he goes, Jay, there was a lot of smoke. Mama Jay, a lot of smoke. And DJ goes, dude, shh. And I go, that's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. Walked back in the house, and I said, Cindy, come meet me in the bedroom. So she meets me in the bedroom, and hi, Mom. Gotta love her. Gotta love Sid. Gotta love her. And I go, so there was a lot of smoke coming from the Jeep today. Her eyes just got huge. And I go, and I'm thinking visually. I'm looking. I'm opening up that drawer, and I'm thinking, what happened? What occurred? And I looked at her. I go, you used gasoline in the garage. How did you know? I go, well, you just used gasoline that's mixed with gasoline and oil. It's the two weight or two something, two stroke. I don't know what that mixture is. It's for like the weed eater. And she goes, well, it's gasoline, right? And I go, nope, that will ruin an engine. It probably ruined the Jeep engine. Is it still running very well? And she goes, Dad's gonna kill me. I go, She goes, how did you know? I go, I have the eyes in the back of my head. Her father comes home, and I said, Sydney, let me talk to your dad. And he sat down, and I go, we need to talk. We have an issue. And he goes, what's going on? And I proceeded to say, and he got up before I could even finish what I was wanting to say, ran to the garage, out to the street where the car was parked, and yeah. And the thing is that she will never, ever steal a vehicle or put the wrong gasoline in the vehicle. So I think God knows when to give us senses, or as parents, or as an authority figure, knowing if someone or something, you know, I shouldn't say thing, but one of our children or one of our classmates or one of our, you know, team members kind of situation, we know. So that happened 2008. I don't remember. 2009, 2000, I don't remember. Maybe 2009, 2010. So 9 years ago. So I'll never ever forget that story. Never. It's a real story. Yeah. So if you ever see Sid, just teasing. What has he been doing recently to sharpen your character? Oh. It's a situation where I know I'm gonna face my Creator, and I know that He watches me every step I make, every thought I have, every word that I spill out, and He knows when I feel guilty if I've done something or said something or thought something, and that does sharpen my character, for the fact that I am not here to harm anybody, to make anyone feel less I am here, my goal in life, and I've always felt this way, is to uplift and empower and validate the importance of what they're doing in their life. And it's just gotten stronger and stronger since 2000, since something about media news. I apologize. Since the accident, learning forgiveness and not being an angry individual, because why would it happen to me? Well, God had it happen to me for a reason, and I'm very grateful that He's given me every day after that to make a difference. So it does sharpen your character when you are under their microscope. It doesn't mean that I don't think I get angry when I see in the media or I hear someone speak ill about another individual, not knowing what's going on with the individual's life. It really, he knows what he knows. And I had made the comment just recently, and I stated, Ray, that individual is going to face her creator. It's not us to judge. And he goes, yeah, you're right. So we always need a reminder. Because we're only human, right? And it's okay to mess up. Not too bad, believe me. Sid, use the right gasoline. She still doesn't know how I got that. She still does not know. I love her. And poor Dylan. Poor Dylan. Okay, the prayer for today is, Dear Father, thank you for watching over all people and seeing what happens in our world and in my life. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for watching over the kids when they weren't making very wise decisions. So, on that note, we will see you tomorrow. It'll be a good one. I don't even know what the title is. Something to brag about. But today is Eyes in the Back of My Head. Until then, I love you. Be good to yourself. Be good to others, for we do not know what part of their journey they're on. Until then, I love you, and we'll see you tomorrow.